Hey everyone, welcome back to the Lord's Club because Ministry and Bless the Nation to the prophecy continue. Alright, before we go on, my name is Pastor Marco. Of course, comment, want to say amen, you click amen. I would love to see that, you click amen. Of course, comment to the stop chat. You want to ask, fine. Also, hey, subscribe. It's free. If some of you can't go to church, this the church. You can listen. Praise the Lord. It's every day. So be sure you get a notification too. Like I get my notification for the post office, I get that. Same thing. So you can do the same thing. Alright. We're supposed to talk about the statue that Nebuchadnezzar dreamed and Daniel interpreted. They said that the exact illustration, according to right down the bottom, it's on a wall in Babylon for people to know about that. Because he felt that's important to know. And it's showing proof in this the rock, Jesus Christ. Alright, I realized that I wouldn't finish about Daniel describing the breastplate and the two arms. According to that, it was done side by side, but I think it's really close because they share the same kingdom. Now, this is according to my book, my reference on the statue of Daniel. This is the reference Bible for pastors. My Lord found a lot of information it was for. Okay, we haven't talked about Daniel chapter 8 yet. Daniel, well, you can find Daniel, and I'm changing the D. A lot of people find D. It's real supposed to do that. But D, because it look like an app. But I find app. App. You gotta make that. When I find app. I'm laying with me 3. Alright, we both find 3 like that. Some people find E like that. That's online. Yep. Interesting. Alright, Daniel chapter 8, verse 3. I'm going to go right real quick through here, then we'll go on to the Elijah, the brat. Daniel chapter 8, verse 3. Daniel wrote this. Then I lifted up my eyes and saw, and behold, there stood before the river a ram. Which had 2 horns. And the 2 horns were high, but one was higher than the other, and the higher came up flat. So you get it bigger, it's more power. This reference is referenced the same way with the statue with the 2 arms, to ram horn. Mestizo, Persia. That's 2 empires share the same empire. That's kind of unusual. They had an alliance. Verse 4. I saw the ram pushing westward. you think this way, okay? North, south, east, west, for you to see me, okay? Westward. And the northward, not up north. And the southward. So that no beast might stand before him, neither there was any that could deliver out of his hand. Nothing. Hold on to it. But he did according to his will, and became great, magnified, powerful. Okay, so obviously we need to look at the map. Yeah, it's the correct one. This is the empire of Medo Persia. Medo up here, Persia. They gained all that power. Remember, Babylon fell like that in a day without a fight. Okay. So if they assume all that, we might. But it's that right here, pushing westward. I mean, going west, more west. The Babylon, they went westward, captured all that. And northward, they went up more north, as you can see here. Captured all that, and they captured more over there. As you can see, not much here. They make perfect sense and match. Historically correct. Geographically correct also. So that's what it was. He had all that under his control. Now, it's verse 20. The ram which those saw having two horns. Remember I explained that. This is the answer. Are the kings of Media and Persia. Those two empires. Sounds like media. But media. That empire and that empire. Today would be equivalent to Iran. And yet, Israel finally, in the middle, to damage the military base in Iran. Remember the army of the north and in the east. That would be trying to do it again. Get Israel right here, present day. There's a lot of battle between those two. The last day, I will explain that later, after I finish the statue. The army of the east, the army of the north, will want to attack Israel in Revelation. But Jesus Christ will stop them. The battle of Armageddon. And when Jesus touched the land right where the cemetery is in Jerusalem, the ground cracked open. The Antichrist, the false prophet, falls in the bottomless pit. The beast too. Bye-bye. Close that up. Because he touched there, it cracked open. The gate that the Muslim blocked Jesus Christ coming back. Too bad. The doors open up again. Go right into his kingdom and sit on his throne. The throne had to be the Ark of the Covenant because it's designed to be a throne. It will be revealed, found, and put it back where it belongs. It's still hidden because the Muslims have the Dome of the Rock. I'm hearing noise out there. That door open. So you can understand how that's happening. All right, let's get through quickly Daniel chapter 10, verse 20. Then he said, know thou wherefore I come to thee, and now will I return to fight with the prince of Persia, and when I am gone forth, lo, the prince of Greece shall come. Now who's coming up next with rising in power? That the Greek it's probably likely Greek Mamie. The Greek Grecia. Remember Greek eventually the brat. Hold on. Daniel chapter 11, verse 2. The last one before we go on to the brat. And now will I show thee the truth. Behold, this shall stand up yet 3 kings of Persia, and the 4th shall be far richer than they are. I mean, all combined. A lot more rich than those 3 combined. And by his strength, through his riches, he shall stir up all against the realm of Grecia. Of course, you know what Grecia is. Greek. Yeah, Greeks had a lot more money, a lot more wealth. You can see how well the temples and buildings were built. Look at the famous temple up on that hill in Crete. It's a tourist attraction. It's still standing there today. Yeah, there was some crumbling, but they're trying to fix it up. I saw some pictures. They're actually rebuilding there just for the museum. There's a lot of places very Greek style. If you know Greek and Roman architecture, if you took our history class, from my understanding, very similar, but Rome is more advanced in style. No, the other way around. Greece has more advanced style. Rome believe in more minimalist look. Like with the pillows. Look at the difference. Even the Corinthian pillows are different, too. Each one is very different design. And yet Rome, which is a little newer, the newest of all. It's still standing. You can see a lot of places in Rome. The Vatican is only actually about 1,500 years old. Part of it was rebuilt or expanded in about 500-600 years ago. But there's other buildings. Pantheon is the oldest temple still standing today. And that was the last one, according to what I learned in art history class. that style has evolved ever since Babylon, Medio, Persia, into Greek. Because the next verse, that's verse 3 in Daniel chapter 11. A mighty king shall stand up, and shall rule with a great domination, and do according to its will. Verse 4. And when he shall stand up, his kingdom shall be broken, and shall be divided toward the four winds of heaven, and not to his posterity, which means destiny, nor according to its domination, which he rule. For his kingdom shall be plucked up, even for others besides those. If you know Alexander the Great history, here's what happened. He had 4 generals under his rule. Now we're into the next empire, the brat, from the belly down to probably the knees. Thigh, they call it thigh. The leopard, 4 wings and 4 hands. Alexander the Great, in the 4th division, is the 4th general. Here's a little background of Alexander the Great. Down here, in 332, Alexander the Great conquered the kingdom of Persia and expanded his kingdom far east as the Indus River. From my understanding, I've learned history. I think it was on TV, documentary. He really wanted to go all the way out to Pacific. He heard about going Pacific, the trade, and all that. He wanted to be an explorer. So he had his army. Keep going. Yeah, keep going all the way. Took over all that area. See how big that is now compared to that. Went all the way right at the border with the Indian River divide. India in the Middle East. That's the division right there. Still stand like that today. You got Pakistan, Afghanistan, all the stands are part of the Middle East. India, mid-south India, along with Nepal and Burma, Thailand, that part. Vietnam, Philippines, Japan, all Far East, with Southeast Asia. Alexander wanted to go all the way over to Vietnam. Want to conquer all that. But it's mad. Marching, they walk a lot of miles each day. It's heavy. It's hot. And they have been war-torn too. A lot of the men complaining, let's go back home. I want to go home. I want to see my wife. I want to see my girlfriend. I need to do about his own business. That's what the soldiers wanted. And then they told the rank, and then the general heard that, told Alexander, these guys are tired. They want to go home. We go home. Said, no, I want to go over there. though he actually stood by the river, the India. Look that. That's what the documentary, they had acted that though. On the way back, it was fatal for Alexander. When he went back, at the surprise attack, yet he was shot with an arrow, and he got injured as well. Then he died. You have to remember, medicine's not that great back then. Once you're shot, covered up, they don't know anything how to surgery, the stitches and everything. Because once you pluck out the arrow, you're going to bleed the person to death. How are you going to stop that? Today, they actually do very carefully. If surgery, open up quickly, remove gesture quickly. So we have one doctor to do that, the next doctor to do gesture, close up. That's the way it is. That's my ex-wife told me that. First doctor, open up. Second doctor, do the work. Third doctor, would usually a resident, will close it up. They have to watch how to do it. Then they close it up. But back then, one day he died shortly after that. And because he was pretty young, did not have a will, I'm sure he did not. Because remember, back then, they do actually write what they command. You know that Alexander kingdom fell in chaos because without him, four general, they're okay, I'm taking that. No, I'm taking that. There. Divided into four kingdoms. That's what happened. Alexander brought all those Greek culture, language, Latin language, and things like that, and religion, entire civilized world. And yeah, that mythology that you learn in school under the Greek mythology. Apollo, Nephew, Mars, those false gods. And spread around that area. Because like I said, those guys retire going all the way out to India by the river. The river's wide, big. They don't want to go across the river. How are they going to get over there? Remember no bridge? Think about bridges. So, yeah, they're worn out. Here's that because 40 years of struggle and warfare from 323 to 280 BC. Wow. And four major divisions emerged: Egypt, Ptolemais, Syria, Thessalia, Mexicana, Antigonus, and Pergamum, area. Hard name to say it, but the four general ruled four area. So like I said here, I'm sure one area, another area, the other. So that's what happened. But because of Medo, Persia, Saracen allowed that you can worship everybody else. You can worship where you want and help rebuild the temple of the. Go ahead. I'm happy for you. You can do those things. But because Alexander, he brought all the wisdom and everything, want people to follow his way. What? For over 150 years, the Jews were either under the control of daManlius or the Lord. Remember, one rule in Egypt area, the other in Syria. So they fought. So like a tug of war. You follow him, then you follow them. You're right in the middle, too. Down from today with the Hezbollah, which is under Iran group, and there's Hamas, which supposedly be Palestine, but not. It's modern day. From 175 to 163 BC, the Guru ruler and Antiochus the Fourth, Epiphanes, tried to force the Jews to abandon their law and adopt Greek culture. Remember, Alexander, then the general, the ruler, say, okay, now you gotta follow the Greek way. And try. What? In 167 BC, that ruler desecrated the Jewish temple by sacrificing a pig on an altar to the Greek god my D. He didn't care. You know, the Jewish, okay, fine. I'm gonna put a pig in there. I'm gonna sacrifice that pagan. Remember the Greek mythology I've learned in school. I didn't care. I tried not to think about it. I even forgot all that stuff. It's good. Anyway. So, he wanted to put a pagan religion in the temple. That caused the revolt. Because of the saturation of the temple, a Jewish priest named Judas Maccabea led the revolt. And Maccabees won. If you boycott the revolt, you may win. But because that's of God, that's why he won. In 164, this is only 3 years later, the temple was cleaned and rededicated. Rededication is celebrated every year at Hanukkah, which is December. So it's to remember of all these things happen. Alright. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to be talking about Daniel 2 and 7. Of the brass part. Of the like it's got. So that's from Alexander to the fourth general era, which is only got 332 BC until roughly 164, 100. Yeah, well now. So after that, then we're gonna go on to the likes. Rome. Rome that's their way of salute. Today we do that in the military. That's the way they used to do that. Anyway, y'all have a good night. God bless. See you in the morning, right here at the Lord Club, because and bless the nation theory. God bless.